What's good, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to get technique manuals raining from the sky. Those are going to be the specific manuals for your PAL that raise their watering, electricity, transportation, and other things that they can do around the base. Without further ado, we're going to do three things. One, I'm going to teach you the NPCs that give you these items. Two, I'm going to show you exactly where the PALs are so that you can go farm them extremely quickly. And three, finally, I'm going to show you a couple of methods that you can use to farm these technique manuals. Let's get locked in. So first things first, we'll run over to the PAL box and I'm going to show you all the PALs that you're going to need for this process. Right over here, I gathered all the different PALs for you. You're going to need Hellzephyr Lux, the Gorarat Terra, the Catris Ignis, Soothseer, the Monasting Terra, Selene. Then over here, you're going to need Nocklum. This is going to be for our first NPC that's very close by. Now, in order to get Lux, Gorita Terra, and this Monasting Terra right here, they're all in the exact same area, right up here. So the closest fast travel point is going to be the Sakurajima Northern Rock Field. So just come up here and you're going to get all three of those guys right there. Now, Selene drops from the meteorites. So turn on your meteorites, go to these locations, and go get Selene. Next up, you can come over here to get Nocklum. He's waiting in there for you. Go ahead and knock that man up, and he is going to be one of your PALs that you're going to need for this process. Last but not least, you got two more. Soothseer. Soothseer, you're going to be able to find them at this cemetery right next to my base. There's an area at nighttime that you have to come over to, and he's going to be waiting there for you. And last but not least, Catris Ignis is a little bit special. You have to go inside of the Cherry Blossom Caves that are scattered all over the map. Here in the Sakurajima area, go inside the cave. She'll be waiting inside of there for you. It doesn't matter whether it's day or night. Hop in, go get yourself a Catris Ignis, and you'll be good to go. Now, the NPC in question is going to be right over here at the Sakurajima Mushroom Wastelands. You're going to be able to always find these different PAL Tamers at these locations. All right, they're sitting right next to the fast travel point, so they're very easy to get to. All right, so once you get to your location, you should see a PAL Tamer. When you see these master PAL Tamers, these guys are going to ask you for specific PALs. When you finish showing him all the different PALs, he's going to finally give you a technique manual at the end. And when you hear these supply drops, it's probably not a bad idea to go ahead and check them out. The reason why is they can actually drop these technique manuals after you have spoken to these NPCs. So it's a very good idea to just run over here and check. You get crude oil, you get different types of upgrade items to your character, some schematics, and some type of pendant every single time. But now you have a chance to actually spawn in the technique manual. So it's a great idea to go ahead and talk to these master PAL Tamers all over the world and finish their quest line. Let's go to the next person. All right, so our next NPC is going to be here at the Cold Shore fast travel location. That's going to be right here in the center of the map. Just before we fast travel there, you're going to need to gather these PALs. The Reptiro Christ, the Hangu Christ, the Suzaku Aqua, Lilane Noct, King Paka Christ, and you'll be good to go. So they should be chilling right here. Go ahead and talk to them and exhaust all the different PALs that they want to see. Once they've seen them all, they'll give you the technique manual that you seek. Now let's talk about the PALs in question. The PALs are always going to be in the exact same zone or nearby their PAL master. A couple of the PALs you're going to need are going to be this alpha PAL right here, King Paka. You're also going to need Lilane Noct. She's very important. All right, out of all of these PALs, the hardest one to get your hands on is probably Hangu Christ. You're going to need to get this one near the pristine snowfield. Go there at night and they should be just sleeping on the ground. Catch one and you're good to go. Let's move on to the next PAL Tamer. All right, guys. For our next PAL Tamer, they're going to be chilling right over here near the Stone Pillar Cave entrance. There's a little campsite right there. They'll be sitting next to a campfire. Go ahead and talk to them and make sure that you take over this right here. Gildane, Smokey, Tarantrus, Desi Noct, Warsec Terra, Amiskul, and last but not least, the Celestir. Those are going to be all the PALs that you want. Now, luckily, all of these guys here are the alpha PALs that are roaming around in the world. So you can just go to those locations specifically, or you can catch the regular versions that are just walking around in those areas. Pal Tamer is actually hidden off in a cave by herself. And this is one of the caves that I featured in another video here on the channel. That is a cave where we get chromite. So a lot of you may already be familiar with it. From the Lost Plains, you go straight up here. Right here should be a cave. I'll go ahead and pull up the map. Once you get to this point, go ahead and head inside. And inside of this cave is the crystallized tunnel. All the way in the back is going to be your Pal Master. Go ahead, walk up, talk to her, and she should give you another technique manual. Unfortunately for me, she was glitched out and she wouldn't give it to me, so that's kind of too bad. But all the other ones were able to give me the technique books that I needed. Now, you're going to be able to get these technique books from the oil rigs and supply drops and chests all over the world after you have finished this quest line. But the drop chance is extremely low. I'm not going to hold you. The fastest and easiest way that I've been able to get my hands on these so far is definitely the supply drops. I had to drop my supply drops all the way down to 1 minute, and then I just go after them constantly. It's really rare that you get them though, so stick to it so that you can level up all the different pals that you have at your base. Okay guys, so we have spoken about 3 of the 6 critics that are scattered all over the map. I want to go ahead and label out the last 6 that are very important for you to get all the technique books falling from the sky. Their locations are going to be the following. One is going to be right up here at the Duneshelter, so go ahead and label that. The next one is going to be close by, right over here at the Gobfin's turf. One's right next to that at the Hypocritie hill. That's going to be 3. Then from here, you want to go down a little bit to 4, which is at the Ravine entrance. Over to the right at the settlement, I think it's called, yeah, the small settlement is going to be another. That's going to be 5. And then the final one is going to be in the volcano area right here at Mount Obsidian at the Anubis statue. Now I'm going to go over all the pals you'll need to turn in. So you're going to need the following: Blaze Howl, Pyron Noct, Yormentai Ignis, Blazemut, and Astagon. These are all for the volcano area. Then you're going to need Surferent Terra, Masunda Lux, Monasting, Orzurk, and Phalaris. These are all up for the desert area. The next group is going to be War Sect, Flamble, Felbat, Foxel, Kitsune, and Verdash. The next critic is going to need Gorarat, Galeclaw, Loop Moon, Patilia, Elphadron, and Elizabeth. This critic is going to need Suffrant, Relaxorus, Sweepa, Digtoise, Quivern, and Fanglupe. Or Fangloop, I call him Fanglupe. And last but not least, the one inside of the settlement is going to need Leaf Monk, Dire Howl, Tombat, Pecking, King Paka, and Mamorist. And that's going to be every single pal that you need in all the different critic locations across the map. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Now, there's a couple of more tips I want to go ahead and throw at you. You can collect these different technique books from any leveled supply drop. I was able to get one in a low level area where you can find Kelpsy. It just randomly dropped for me and I was really surprised. I didn't think that you could get these types of items in early game spots, but you can. Just to let you guys know, you need to have all 9 of these critics cleared out before you're able to get these books to drop in different chests around the world. If you found this video helpful, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash that like button for me and sub so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and everything else you need for Palworld and your favorite games. It's your boy MSensei HD. For now though, I'm gonna get up out of here.